Today, we're going to talk about an ancient philosophy that is surprisingly perfect for our crazy modern world. It's called Stoicism, and we're going to zero in on the one simple rule that can literally free your mind.
So let's just start with a big question. Really think about this for a second. What if the single biggest thing holding you back in your career, your relationships, your life, is your whole idea of what you can and can't control?
Because let's be honest, when it comes to dealing with stress and anxiety, most of us have been operating on some pretty bad advice. We've kind of been told the wrong thing our whole lives. So let's fix that.
All right, first up, we need to talk about the Stoic we were all taught about in school, because it's time to correct the record.
You know the stereotype, right? When you hear the word Stoic, you probably picture someone who's totally emotionless, maybe a little cold, just passively accepting whatever happens. But that's not it at all. The reality is that a true Stoic isn't emotionless. They're emotionally resilient. They're not passive. They are incredibly action-oriented, but from a place of calm.
And this really gets to the heart of it. The goal was never to feel nothing. That's impossible. The goal is to master your reactions to what you feel. It's a difference between being tossed around by the waves of your emotions and, learning how to surf them.
So, how do you actually do that? Well, that brings us to the most important part. The one rule you really need to know. And trust me, this simple idea changes everything.
And here it is. This is the bedrock of the entire philosophy. You could boil down thousands of pages of Stoic writing to this one sentence. They called it the Dichotomy of Control. It's this beautiful, simple idea that true freedom, true peace, it all comes from just being crystal clear on the difference between what's your business and what's not.
And this chart makes it so clear. Look at the column on the left. That's your kingdom. That's your entire world of control. Your thoughts, the choices you make, how much effort you put in, and how you respond to things. That's it. Now look at the right. That's, everything else. What other people think, what happened yesterday, the final outcome of your hard work, even your own reputation. None of it is fully yours to control.
And here's the kicker. Almost all of our anxiety, our stress, our frustration, it just comes from confusing these two lists. It's us trying to mentally live in that right-hand column, pouring all our energy into things that were never in our hands to begin with.
So this is the mantra. It's so simple, but it is absolutely revolutionary. Control the controllables, accept the uncontrollable. It's not about giving up, it's about focusing your fire on the right targets. Now, this ancient idea has never been more important than it is today, which leads us right into what I call the modern mind trap. And I want you to ask yourself honestly, are you addicted to the uncontrollable?
Because that's the trap, isn't it? We're all a little bit addicted to outcomes. Our world is obsessed with results. We peg our entire emotional state, our sense of self-worth, on things like test scores, job titles, how many likes we get, all things that are ultimately not fully in our control.
Let's make this real. Let's use an example we can all relate to. You have a huge job interview. You prepare for days, you nail it, you feel great about it, but you don't get the job.
So what happens next for most of us? Instantly, the mind starts to spiral. You start replaying every single answer, every handshake, obsessing over the past, that thing you can't control, asking, what did I do wrong? What was it? And from there, it usually gets worse. The questions shift from what you did to who you are. It becomes, am I just not good enough? And boom, just like that, you've tied your entire self-worth to an outcome that was never fully yours. Okay, but let's hit the brakes. The Stoic response cuts this entire destructive cycle right off at the knees. It's completely different.
The Roman Emperor, Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoics, said it perfectly. Your actions are your responsibility. The outcome is not. See the split? You are responsible for preparing well and giving a great interview. You did that. The final hiring decision, that was their responsibility, not yours. By creating that separation, you protect your peace of mind.
And that separation leads us to the real solution here. This is the payoff. Freedom is an inside job. We're going to talk about the practical path to getting that inner peace.
Here's the core belief you have to adopt. Real, lasting peace isn't something you get from a new job or a new relationship. It's something you build, brick by brick, inside yourself. It's not dependent on what's happening out there. And this right here is your practical tool. You can start using this today. It's called the Stoic Reset. Anytime you feel stress or anger or fear bubbling up, you just stop and ask that one simple question. Is this in my control? If the answer is yes, great, take action. If the answer is no, then your job is to practice acceptance and let it go.
That's it. It's a filter that just wipes out most of the things we worry about. And look at what this mindset gives you. This doesn't make you passive. It makes you powerful. You get to have huge ambition, but without all the crippling anxiety. You get to put in maximum effort without being afraid of the final result. You can be passionate about things without being devastatingly attached to them. You can take intense, massive action, all while keeping a calm mind. And this is the ultimate prize. The freedom we're talking about isn't about politics or money. It's freedom from the tyranny of your own reactive mind. It's like building a fortress inside of you. And the best part is, no one can give it to you, which means no one can ever take it away. So I'll leave you with this to think about. Just imagine for a second, what could you create? What could you attempt? What kind of person could you become if you were no longer afraid of results you can't control? Really, just think about that.